Hello, hello, hello. This is Aurelia Davis, the educator's educator, on December the 8th, sitting in my living room. You see, I've started some of my decorations. I have my tree up and just going to be doing some other things, but I figured that I needed to come to you um, through the month of December because it's a very important month for teachers. This is a very important month for teachers. You have reached the halfway point. You have reached the halfway point of the educational year. And what I used to do during this time, I would take time to evaluate the beginning of the school year, which probably started in August or September up till now. What was I able to accomplish? And more than anything else, I set my own goals because I knew the children that were sitting in front of me. I knew the children that I was working with. So no one else could tell me, no one else could tell me what I needed to do. And so because I needed to do those things, then that's what I did do. So as time went on, what I did do is I was able to write things down. I was able to talk about particular students in my classroom that were not necessarily meeting the goals that I had set for them. But the interesting thing is that I did have like another 3 or 4 months to probably meet those goals. I did not beat myself up. I set accomplishable goals. In other words, goals that I knew that I could accomplish by the end of the school year. And what made it even more interesting than that is that I found myself working individually with children in the afternoon, through the second half of the year, maybe doing a lot more one on one with kids and students, instead of working in whole groups. Because by that time, from September up to December, I knew exactly what was sitting in front of me. I knew who my students were. I knew what their strengths were. I knew what their weaknesses were. And so basically, that second half of the year from January to June or May or whatever it was going to be, I was able to work on those particular skills that those children desperately needed. It was also the time when I was preparing for them to be assessed on a state assessment, a school assessment or a city assessment or a state assessment. And I didn't fret because I figured and gave myself credit for what I was able to do. And as long as they inched up a little bit or inched up some instead of not at all, then I was able to do my job. So I gave myself credit. I gave myself credit. The administration gave me credit, but I first gave myself credit. So as time goes on, you really want to be able to just reevaluate and see exactly what you have in front of you. Those children, you want to be more communication with your parents and let them know exactly what things you have noticed up until this particular time. You want to be able to give them heads up as far as what you think is going to happen or what you do see happening with their particular child, and set that parent teacher conferences beyond the parent teacher conferences. So you may want to take 2 or 3 parents a week and talk to them individually and tell them exactly what you see as far as strengths and weaknesses in their children, and what do you see coming down the line. Okay, which is good. So I said that to say this is the time for you to take that time, but at the same time, take the time to relax and reflect on who you are, and basically do you. Okay, find something that you like to do. Going to a play, going to a concert. I have picked up a lot of crafts, and I have accomplished a lot of crafts and activities during the time when I was teaching. And so, in the meantime, find something to do. Take a class. Take a webinar. It doesn't have necessarily be about teaching. It can be about art. If I always want to be an artist, or draw something, whatever. I'm taking a few very dynamic courses now, with some on Udemy and some other ones. There's some artists out there where you make these little pocket art books, with designs and things in there. That's something I would like to do. So that's something how I would basically take up my time. But at the same time, that's after I've retired. But I did do a whole lot of things before I retired. So that's what I'm coming to you today. I'm going to come to you a few more times in December, and just to see exactly where you are. But in the meantime, what I also want to let you know is that I have some offerings on my website. AureliaDavis.com. Go to AureliaDavis.com. Click on the offerings. I'm doing a clarity calls. I do 60-minute consultations. I'm still working on lesson plan audits. And then I have a new one, Ask Me Anything. That's a hot one. Ask me anything. Well, hopefully it'll be more about education, but feel free to ask me anything. So go to AureliaDavis.com and click on work with me and just see exactly what the offerings are for the month of December. Now that you have a little bit more time on your hands, you don't have to worry about rushing out in the morning to get to that get to the classroom or get to school before before the children get there. Now that you have a little bit more time, take the time. And more than anything else, you want to build up your your own professional development as an educator. And so if you have that individual who is me that can give you a little bit more information as to how you can do things better in your classroom, not saying that you're not good now, but you can always make things better, because as you go on from year to year to year as being an educator, you're going to find that you're going to have more challenges, and to be able to meet those challenges head on is going to be very, very very, very necessary and needed for you in order for you to be the educator you want to be. So go over to AureliaDavis.com, click on work with me, clarity calls, lesson plan audits, ask me anything. All of those particular offerings are available to you. Plus, coming real soon. Hopefully I'll have them by the end of before Christmas holidays, as I have produced a product for preschool and for parents, STEM cards. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math is the future. And it's the future for our children. And if we can start our children in a STEM program immediately at the early age of 1 and 2, you'd be surprised. Children sitting there putting blocks together. That's being, that's an engineer project. That's an engineering project, And so these STEM cards are basically for preschool teachers or parents that have preschoolers at home. And you can really use them. It tells you exactly how to do how to work exercises and activities within the STEM program. There's activities for science, technology, engineering, and math, even at the preschool level. You can even break it down to the preschool level. So go over to AureliaDavis.com. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to show you a sample of those cards so that you would be very, very interested in having them. I wish I could teach them all over again, but I'm going to give them to you so you can help a child. All right, this is Aurelia Davis coming to you for a little while. I'll be back again next week. Come look for me and just enjoy your Christmas and holidays. Stay safe. Congratulations, they're bringing Brittany home. That's a good thing. And then Senator Warnock won. So those are my ups for today. I'm feeling very good about being who I am. Take care and have a great one. Love you much. Keep teaching.